Hey, welcome. This is the last full chapter of the Young Bucks book. I have the dust jacket over here. This is a bit of an unusual looking scene, right? I'm in a hotel room in Canton, Georgia. I drove here today, left at 5 in the morning, got here a little after noon, and I'm going to a wrestling show. And then tomorrow night, I'm getting together with friends and we're watching ICW. We're watching that show. That's going to be super exciting. But I'm too close to the end of this book to not do the video today. So, yeah, I'm going to do the video today, talking about this last chapter, A Road Never Traveled by Nick. And then tomorrow, I'm going to cover the epilogue and the acknowledgments. And then that'll be the whole book. What can I say? This last chapter was amazing. It's about the All In show and then about all of the anticipation on getting everything set for AEW. And then the climactic moment is when on New Year's, when they make the announcement about a whole bunch of them going to and starting All Elite Wrestling. That's it. As the New Year's countdown happens, boom, they send the video to Being the Elite, letting everybody know what they're doing. Pretty awesome. So that's the threadbare bones of it. And again, I don't want to spoil too much of it for you, but here's a couple of really interesting points. Again, a number of people, a lot of people have contacted me saying they were never thinking of getting this book and then they got it. Well, you're welcome, because it's a great book. It's a great wrestling book. It's a great book just for the standpoint of artists, people who made it, success stories, about taking chances, and a number of great things. I'm only going to highlight a few things here. I really want people to enjoy this book for themselves. The first thing that I really noticed is how Nick goes through great pains to give credit to Ring of Honor for all of their help doing the All In show. The All In show, of course, is the show that they did, the largest drawing independent show ever. Of course, it shares the same name with the pay-per-view that All Elite Wrestling does, but make no mistake about it, this was like Cody and the Bucks, and it was their thing. And they made this thing work, but with Ring of Honor's help. In fact, Ring of Honor did a pre-show on WGN America to serve as an infomercial for the pay-per-view, part of All In. And man, so they sold the show out in less than 30 minutes, so they're in good shape. And Nick just sort of talks about different anecdotal things that tell you what a big deal All In was. From the wrestlers not even negotiating money, just wanting to be there, to now Brandon Cutler, their friend from way back when, who had not been a part of wrestling for years and years and years, who just wanted to be there to help support and help out, to Tony Khan supplying them a private jet so Chris Jericho could do his surprise thing for the show and then get flown to his concert that he was doing that night, to Tony Khan bringing his father, one of the wealthiest men in the world, to meet everybody, to let them know how real this was. The atmosphere of the show with the fans and all the little events they had planned around the show were pretty awesome. And then meanwhile, Triple H is calling to wish them luck and then waiting for their call to see if they'll accept the offer. The dad's in charge of the music and that the elite, the elite. If you're a Young Bucks fan and a Being the Elite fan, you've heard that music, but here it is playing. It's 10,000 people. They're cosplaying. They're dressing up in the gear of the wrestlers. It's just amazing. They talk about how they have like a little bit of everything. They have Rey Mysterio, and they have, Kota Ibushi. Little things that they had to change during the show because one match went too long. So the Young Bucks had to cut their match a little short, but it ended up all working out for the best. How their whole families were there. How they came up with the name for All Elite Wrestling. Pretty awesome. And then on September 5th, All Elite Wrestling and AEW trademarks are filed. And in mid-September, Matt, Nick's brother, gets a call from Triple H. And here's the deal that Triple H made to them and Omega. Keep in mind, the first deal was for $500,000, which is triple what most people make in their first year in WWE. He's offering them a 3-year deal worth millions for each of them. He wanted them. And they had the option of getting out of it if they didn't like it in 3 months. Just unprecedented, unheard of things. But of course, they had already made the decision to go with All Elite Wrestling. So then they have to go through the process, the difficult process of stopping with Ring of Honor and telling them and having their last show, which is a very emotional part of the chapter, the last show for Ring of Honor. And them telling New Japan, and then sort of how shoddily they were treated by New Japan. Relatively so, anyway. And then just all of the things, just taking it all in, and everything that had led to this moment where they're going to start All Elite Wrestling. I think it's a great place to end the book. And I love this part. It's one of my favorite passages in the entire book. It's where Nick is talking about just the weird series of events and decisions made and unmade that led them to this point. What if we had great success at TNA? What if we had properly introduced ourselves to Booker T? What if we were never invited to Japan to join Bullet Club? What if we never became close friends with Kenny? What if Dave Meltzer and Cody never made that bet? Meltzer and Cody made a bet that like no show can draw that much. Which inspired Cody. What if Matt didn't pick up the phone for Tony Khan? Every moment in our careers played a role in us getting here. I'm just going to let you enjoy this book and this chapter on your own, but this ending is pretty great. Happy New Year, everyone, Matt shouted out loud in the room before kissing Dana. The representatives finally came into focus, and Tokyo Dome became a blur. I bit my lip and pressed the button to make the video live. All Elite Wrestling was born. Daddy, read it again. Tomorrow I'm going to cover the epilogue and the acknowledgments. But I got a wrestling show to get to. I think if I get there soon, they're going to let me run around in the ring. And I even had fun setting up the chairs. It'd been so long since I'd been really involved in any kind of wrestling show. Now, I'm not doing anything for this show. I'm just here to have fun, see friends, and kind of see what the biggest show in Georgia right now is all about. And to live up to my word, I said if they had made another year last year, that I would come down. And I'm going to live up to that word. But Gary Lamb has been a really great host. He's the promoter of Southern Honor Wrestling. And pretty cool stuff. Anyway, you have a great evening. I'm going to put this up right away. Hopefully the Wi-Fi here in the hotel room is awesome. And I'll see you tomorrow. Be elite. The elite.